Good evening, everybody. This is Laurie. I'm here with the final exam answers. Um, I'm going to start actually with the last question first, and one of the reasons for that is I found as I got further along in the exam, the written portion, my answers got shorter and shorter, so some of you may well appreciate that. You're going to have to bear with me a little bit because there are a lot of answers to the questions. I haven't memorized everything, so therefore I've got it on paper. So let's start with the first question, or the last question. Who am I? I am the result of nature's process in a life-supporting planet, our planet Earth. What is humanity? Humanity can be termed as a topic which describes the abilities and characteristics of human beings in a whole. It's the ability to feel a wide array of emotions, both about themselves and others. What shall I live for? I had a really hard time with this question, so I did some research on it, and I think Socrates, who lived between 469 and 399 BC, came up with the best answer that I had found. He had an idea of scrutinizing one's beliefs through a type of cross-examination called dialect. This involved asking and answering probing questions in order to arrive at something that could be considered the truth. Every individual has different reasons for wanting to live, whether it be happiness, fulfillment, integrity, honor, courage, honesty, rationality, fairness. And every religion has its own answer. Some people say that there is no answer, or that the answer doesn't matter, or that the answer is impossible for us to know. My theory is that the answer is purely a matter of personal choice. What's the meaning of life? The meaning of life is deeply entrenched in philosophy and religious concepts, and the existence of social ties, consciousness, happiness, and borders on lots of other issues within our life. Symbolic meaning, value, purpose, ethics, good, evil, free will. I think that this one is a little bit difficult to answer. If you're into Scientology, then they focus primarily on describing related empirical facts about the universe. Interesting maybe, but a little bit over my head. Where amid the storm of our times can genuine meaning be found? Essentially, that would be the place that can offer you support, comfort, safety, security, and maybe peace of mind in difficult times. Depending on your religious preference, it may be a synagogue, a cathedral, a shrine in your own home, or a mountaintop where you can just go sit and meditate. Whatever an individual depends upon to see them through a crisis or a stressful time is their safe haven, and that's where they're going to go. How is your definition of religion redefined? I'm not really sure that my definition of religion is redefined. I'm more organized in my thinking, and I know what I'm looking for. I can be a little more specific now. I still feel as though I have a long road to travel, and I'm not sure that any one religion can provide the things that I may be able to relate to, which is why I can fully understand why there are sects for lots of different religions. Are religions created out of human need to have a higher power? I believe so. We all need to have something to look up to, and sometimes it's more convenient if the idealism is obtained from an abstract concept that we can't actually see. Sometimes the higher power is used to absorb blame, sometimes be blessed for the good, despite the fact it can't always be evident. In the case of Christianity, there seem to be some amazing accomplishments achieved by one man, and from that point on, he was glorified. If it hadn't have been him, it would have been somebody else, because everybody needs somebody to relate to. The word real is another word I had a difficult time with. It means actual, true, genuine, veritable, virtual, factual. I guess it depends on in what context you're going to use the word. What is monotheism? Monotheism is the belief that there's only one deity, such as the religions of Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Polytheism is the belief in and the worship of many gods, and typically these gods are distinguished by particular functions and often take on human characteristics. Most of the world's religions are overwhelmingly polytheistic. It characterizes the beliefs of Hindus, Mahayana Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, and Shintoism, and also the contemporary tribal tribes in Africa and the Americas. Next question, do you think the religious view of homosexuality has hurt the growth of religion in America or globally? Explain. I really don't think it has had any impact. Religions that don't accept homosexuality have always existed, and homosexuals, like us all, know where they'll be accepted or rejected. It's not like this is a new trend in sexuality, it's just more open, therefore more people are aware of it. I wonder just how many churches have homosexuals in their midst and the people around them are not even aware of it. Look at the number of priests, politicians, and famous entities who've been accused of child molestation, particularly in boys. That makes them not only pedophiles, which to me is a way much worse crime than homosexuality, but they're homosexuals as well. Recall how many of these people attend church, live life as a normal person. There's good and bad in all societies, and being a homosexual is by far one of the worst crimes somebody could least crimes somebody could commit. I'm sorry. I think that homosexuals have a right to practice their own faith, whatever their faith happens to be. Just because they have different sexual preferences does not make them bad people. Think of all the Christocrats, and this is what I call the Christian hypocrites, that you know that their religious beliefs can be faulted. They're not perfect either. Okay, I'm going to do one more question because I see I'm at the 7-minute mark. And then I'm going to end it. I may or I may not do an animated. Okay, there's been ample correlation between religion and violence. Which religion do you believe can help bring peace, justice, and harmony to the world, and why? I believe that Buddhism can help bring the peace, justice, and harmony to the world. Their belief is that change is considered an integral part of creation and does not indicate inferior or degraded beings. So they would be willing to work to reach a peaceful conclusion. The fact that they feel human nature is essentially ignorant and we become better by becoming more enlightened is a bonus. The source of enlightenment and liberation is within the individual, which everybody holds accountable for their own actions. And there are many paths to enlightenment, so there is a choice for people. The well-developed traditions of bodily practices to attain enlightenment, yoga, breathing techniques, could only be beneficial for all of us. Maybe believing in karma, the universal law of cause and effect, people get what they deserve as part of the nature of reality, would scare people into acting better and striving for peace rather than disharmony in the world. I have enjoyed working with all of you. I've been very interested in what a lot of you have had to say. There have been some wonderful presentations, and maybe I'll see you again in another class. Good night and good luck to you all. Bye-bye.